the season 2 of the Vamos Rams player interview presented by California Resources Corporation. We are thrilled to be back. I'm Troy Santiago alongside partner Ricardo Lopez Juarez. And today we have a new member of the team, inside linebacker Nate Landman. We'll get to know more about his journey in the NFL, his family roots, and how he's proud to represent his country, Zimbabwe. Nate, welcome to the family and welcome back to the Golden State. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm excited to, it's great to meet you guys. I'm excited to be here.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. And obviously, your family moved to Danville, California from Zimbabwe when you were 4 years old. Your dad played rugby, and now you're in the NFL. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it's crazy. The journey we've took. Shout out to my parents for, relocating their whole family here and coming from Zimbabwe, leaving their family behind and giving us the opportunity and, just giving me the opportunity to make it to the NFL. It's been amazing.
I hope your dad, Sean,
Yep.
and your mother, your siblings are doing great. You recently went back to Zimbabwe for the first time, I understand. What was that like?
Oh, it was great. It felt like home. I'm the youngest of four. My parents have been back numerous times. My siblings have been back. It was my first time going back, and I went with my parents and just seeing my cousins and stuff that I haven't seen in years since I was a kid. Some places I used to frequent as a kid, and it felt like home. It felt good, and we're trying to make a trip every couple of years. So, but going back was huge for us.
I bet it was fun. But tell me, what was like growing up in an immigrant family with a cultural tradition different from those in the United States?
Yeah. Well, moving here, we had our culture in Africa, and moving to the States, a little bit of a culture shock. And we moved with our family of 6, and so it made a super close, super tight-knit family because all we ever had was each other. And so that's something I wouldn't change for the world because we're still super close, to this day. And I think that journey and that kind of way that it happened just allowed us to grow together as a family.
Now, know that Atlanta is not a very diverse city. It is, but this is Los Angeles, and you are an immigrant just like us. How does it feel to now be in Los Angeles, California, represent this community?
Oh, it's amazing. I'm so happy here. The first couple months here have been amazing, and it's kind of like a homecoming. Growing up in California, being close back to my family. It's an experience that I'm super excited for. I've enjoyed the months that I've been here, and gonna enjoy the future coming up.
Nice. And you became a U.S. citizen as a sophomore in Colorado, and now you're the only active player with Zimbabwe roots, and your tattoos reflect that, your story. Can you tell us more about them and what they mean to you?
Yeah, so I got Africa on my chest with Zimbabwe highlighted, just because I'm proud of my heritage and where I've come from and my family and the country of Zimbabwe. I got some I got a lion on my arm. And just some safari stuff going on, and then I got my my whole family's birth years here. So as you can tell, just family and my country of Zimbabwe super important to me.
You're a proud African, a proud American. Your country was in the news recently in the world of sports. Christy Coventry, the most decorated African athlete in the Olympics, is from Zimbabwe. She is the elected president of the International Olympic Committee. The Olympics are coming to LA, by the way, in 3 years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Have you had a chance to meet her?
I have not, no. But I've kept up with some guys from Zimbabwe. There's a guy I think on the Commanders. He just signed with them, and I think he's doing training camp with them. And then there's a UFC fighter too who's up on the rise from Zimbabwe too. So.
Drico du Plessis.
Pardon?
Drico du Plessis, the champion from the UFC.
Yeah.
He's from South Africa.
Yeah, but Zimbabwe, Temba Garimbo.
Temba Garimba.
Yeah.
Yeah, the friend of The Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, hopefully we have a new Zimbabwean star here with the Rams jersey. Huh?
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about football because your journey, it's amazing. This will be your 4th year in the league after spending first 3 with the Falcons, starting 23 of 36 games. But when you were in college, you suffered a potential career-ending injury. Tell us about what happened.
Yeah, it was my senior year during the COVID year, and I tore my Achilles in the second quarter against Utah. And, at that time, that was the biggest injury I had. And I think it really tested my love for the game and my work ethic. And so it definitely it felt like a down, but it was actually a positive, and it got to me where I am today. And it just proved how much I love the game. I wanted to fight to get back to the game, and I think that adversity has allowed me to get myself to where I am today.
That beautiful Boulder campus, you were signing there for the injury. But then in the NFL, you had very productive seasons in Atlanta. And I wonder, your rugby background, how that helped you to be this kind of playmakers. 3 forced fumbles in 2023, 3 forced fumbles 2024. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do because you are not a pass rusher, you're a linebacker. There's something to do with the rugby or your technique to those plays?
Yeah, I think rugby allowed me to have a good foundation of tackling and allowed me to have some instincts. I only played rugby a little bit in high school, but I had my dad, as a coach and a mentor and somebody who taught me, proper techniques of tackling and stuff. The forcing fumble thing is kind of started when I got into the league, and something that I emphasized with other players that I played with in Atlanta. And I'm excited to bring that here with the Rams and something that we're focusing on here.
And I was checking your stats, and according to Pro Football Focus, you had the second best run stop rate in the NFL among qualified linebackers in 2023. And that's something we need. That's something we need as our defense need a strong core, especially if we want to stop Philadelphia and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
So I hope you're going to have a starting role doing that, and I can't wait to see you in action.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you don't have much to lose? You come to a winning team full of defensive stars, but it's like there's no like a high expectations from the public. Obviously, you have high expectations of yourself, but you feel like you are in good landman, having no high expectations and being able to surprise us.
Yeah, I think that I surprised a lot of people. I surprised a lot of people in Atlanta, and it's nothing new to me, nothing new to my family, and hopefully nothing new to the coaches. So hopefully I can just come in here and help the stars grow and help this defense grow and help lead us to another Super Bowl. That's the end goal, and that's what we want.
And the last season you play under the former Rams defensive coordinator and now the Falcons head coach Raheem Morris. How that defense resembled to Los Angeles Rams defense, and how was your first impression of Coach McVay and Coach Shula?
Yeah, playing under Raw was great, and there is some similarities to the defense there, defense here. But obviously we're doing different stuff here. Terminology's different players, so you got to scheme up different things. But McVay's been awesome. Shula's been awesome. Money, my linebacker coach, has been amazing. I couldn't be more happy here, and so I'm just excited for. Like I said, the last couple months have been amazing, and I'm excited for the future and excited for what this team can do.
Nate, we have Jared Burris, we have Brendan Fisk, Kobe Turner. Tell me about this group. How does it feel to fitting into this group for you?
Oh, it was seamless. We've been practicing for a couple days, and just the effort those guys put in, the technique they play with, it's super impressive. And I've played with some good defensive lines, and individual players, and these guys are on another level. They're super impressive. The way they play together, the way they come out of the stack and chase down screens, the way they carry themselves in the weight room, and the way they lead. I think it's something special that's going on here, especially for some younger players too. So I think they have a bright future, and it's a bright future for the Rams as well.
How do you think this year will be for you?
I've got high expectations for the team. I think we got the quarterback leadership, we got the offense of weapons, we got the O-line, and we got a really strong defense, anchored by a great D-line and pass rush and smart DBs and smart safeties. So I think, we all have high expectations just because of what has happened in the past year, who we're led by, and the head coach, and the overall program.
We can't wait to see you on the field, forcing fumbles, making good tackles, and showing proudly your Zimbabwe flag.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Nate, one more last thing. What is one thing you wish the fans knew about you?
Man, I really love to fish. So fishing and football, those are my top two activities to do, and I love to fish. I love to fly fish. Used to fish tournaments and stuff growing up. So that's it.
That's great. That's the Lion of Zimbabwe, Nate Landman. Remember the name because he's going to be very important in our defense. It's a wrap. Nate Landman, Ricardo López Juárez, Troy Santiago. Vamos Rams!